Yeah, now, of course, Chris Kenny, my apologies both to him and Andrew Bolt for getting that wrong. I'll get to you in a second, Nicholas. But Chris, again, if you get a draw out of this, that's a great result for both camps because they get to step out of anything being a problem. But also, if it's a draw and you're the Prime Minister and you're trying to suggest that you need to stick with a continuum, that works for him. So what do you think about what the actual effect of tonight's going to be?
Mate, I'm with you. We'll talk about what the numbers are from the room. That's another issue. But I'll tell you what this does for the election debate, where it goes tomorrow, the next day, there are two big moments in this debate. They're both very, very bad for Anthony Albanese. One was his own doing, his own gaffe, his own mistake. The other was some good debating from Scott Morrison. Let's start with Albo's mistake. This was disastrous. I think people have been understating this in the analysis since the debate. What he said on border protection was 100% wrong. He did not even know his own policy when he was Deputy Prime Minister. He was trying to pretend that boat turnbacks were new. They were not. They were done by the Howard government to stop the first wave of boats. Then when he was Deputy Prime Minister under Kevin Rudd as Prime Minister, they threw together a panicked, absolutely shambolic border protection policy with overseas detention in Papua New Guinea in the dying days of Labor after they'd opposed all that for 6 years. And the Liberal opposition under Tony Abbott was proposing turnbacks. Now, Anthony Albanese said tonight that they were not proposing turnbacks, that wasn't happening then. He was 100% wrong, because you'll all remember his own Prime Minister, Kevin Rudd, then saying you can't turn boats back, it'll start a conflict with Indonesia. It's impossible to do, it'll start a conflict with Indonesia. That was Kevin Rudd with Anthony Albanese as his Deputy Prime Minister, and Albo's forgotten that and was arguing something else tonight. It's laughable and it's disastrous, and he's got to hope he gets asked no more questions about border protection the rest of the campaign. Good luck on that one. And the other big moment, of course, was Scott Morrison going on China, saying, why are you on China's side? Now, they'll go ape now, the Green left, and say, that's a terrible slur on Anthony Albanese. Well, actually, it's what he's doing in the debate. Instead of blaming Solomon Islands for what's going on with China, or instead of blaming China for the deal they've done with Solomon Islands, he's blaming Australia. And that will inflame that debate now. So there's two very dangerous debates for Labor, two very good debates for the coalition, and that's what will flow out of tonight's debate.